What's going on, everybody? Vince Goodrum here. It is Tuesday morning, and I was going to make a video yesterday, but one of my websites was approved for Google AdSense, and that was the new vincegoodrum.com. I'll make another video about that, explaining that. But a lot of people, of course, naturally are asking me about the debate on with Vegan Gains on Sunday night, and I wanted to go ahead and just give my analysis of it there. So, just to give you guys a backstory, the football game had actually ended. Someone had posted a video as far as to what Richard had actually said, which got me a little bit upset there. So we were going to set up a debate next week or so forth, but I figured why don't we just go ahead and cut the BS and just get it on. Let's rumble tonight, which I'm very glad that Richard actually accepted it. So we only debated for about an hour or so forth. Our last debate was about 3 hours, so we'll probably set up another one next month or so. So that way, we have more time to debate over some other subjects there in particular. Uh, as far as the analysis is concerned, as far as who won the debate, uh, just like the last debate there, it's pretty much a matter of saying that non-vegans are going to say I won. Vegans are naturally going to say that Richard won. I've always stated the purpose of a debate is to actually put out your ideals, and you just simply let the audience decide. So there's not going to be really a deviation as far as to what Richard believes or what I believe as far as animals are concerned there. That's one thing. One thing that I'm kind of irritated at, particularly, is some of the comments there. It seems as though vegans lately are using the term carnist there, and they're using it towards me and other non-vegans, which, I guess that's short for carnivore, which is definitely not something I would describe myself as because I do eat plants naturally. The correct term, folks, is omnivore, okay? So please don't call me a carnist there because then that lumps me in with the rest of the idiot carnivore dieters here. So please don't associate with me being a carnivore. Being on a carnivore diet, in my opinion, is the dumbest thing out there. That's one thing. Also, I did notice also some comments about, and this is something I ran into years ago when before Richard was around. I was probably the most hated person in the fitness industry. That some people were getting on him, thinking that he should have divorced his wife because she went and fed the dog meat and everything like that, and he forgave her instead of getting a divorce. Honestly, I'm kind of proud of Richard there in that sense. It actually shows a somewhat residue of humanity, in other words, there. That his wife pretty much did something that was highly against all of his beliefs and yet decided to forgive her. And that was the one thing I wanted to point out in my original video is you got to think about all the times that they've been together and stuff, all the stuff that they went to. I mean, after all, they are a married couple. And as far as marriage is concerned, you got to stick through thick and thin, through sickness and healthness, and sickness and health. And Richard actually accomplished that there. So, I guess this changes that he's not completely a heartless fuck or anything like that. But one thing that he did, of course, had to admit there is, there's no I mean, and he'll probably disagree with me, but there is no absolutes as far as considering a non-vegan as a Nazi there. Because that's simply not the definition there. He'll probably disagree with that. I think I actually proved my point on that here. And like I said before, I also brought up the plight of slaughterhouses there. And one of my biggest disagreements is that vegan, a whole planet being vegan is just not feasible whatsoever. Because I'm not. He says that there's a UN report, which I'm gonna go ahead and check out. Hopefully, he'll text me the link to this actual report. I just don't see any feasible way of having a society to where every man, woman, and child would actually go on a vegan diet there. It's simply not possible because, and this is my whole thing. I'm all about the ecosystem there, not so much as trying to, I don't want people to consider myself as an anti vegan activist because that's not exactly who I am. Everyone has a right to decide what kind of diet and for whatever reason or so forth there. But the ecosystem is not going to apologize for your own personal beliefs, and it's not going to compromise for it there. You know, the way the ecosystem simply works is simply this: we eat meat and plants, or one or the other. We die, we decompose, uh, into nutrients to where the plants actually end up eating us. The cows or human beings will eat the plants, mainly the cows, and then it circles back around. Uh, if there were no predatory animals there, then the deer and rabbits would overpopulate. They would eat up all the plants, and then we wouldn't have anything to eat. And believe me, deer and rabbits will breed. I mean, they breed insanely there, you know. So they would end up actually eating up all the plants, and that would be the destruction of the ecosystem. That's why there are predatory animals there. But ultimately, we'll probably debate about that again next month or so forth. Or unless someone is willing to actually step up and debate vegan gains. And that's another issue that I have. You got people like Happy Healthy Vegan that will go and say this, that, yada, yada, and everything. But when it comes to actually debating someone like Richard, they're just too chicken in order to actually do it there. I mean, they're just cowards here, you know? And, I'm willing to accept pretty practically any debate that's out there from an individual if we have opposing values. So, vegan gays, I'm going to point this out to you. If you want to debate me, just bring it on. We'll set up a time and date there as far as to me and you actually debating. I have no problems debating you because, we do have opposing factions, opinions here. The only people I won't debate is basically complete idiots that rely mostly on science. That's also nutcases. One person that actually challenged me to debate about a year or two ago is Bart K. And Bart K is just a complete idiot there. If you watch his channel or so forth, it's filled with nonsensical and mystical information that, a debate with him would be just plain silly there. In order for me to actually consider any type of debate, it has to be something that's going to be of equitable value. I don't debate just in order to boost my views or my subscribers or anything like that. I debate just to put my opinions out there, and I'd rather debate with someone that I find that would be equitable to actually put up a generally decent debate there with true opposing positions there, ones that I can understand and I can respond to specifically. Anyone with nonsensical information or someone that goes and yells and screams like Demon Mama, for example, who basically chickened out her debate with Vegan Gains here after getting caught up there basically and just being overwhelmed by him, which actually he asked some easy questions to her and she simply couldn't match it, and that's kind of pathetic. All the questions Richard asked her, I could have easily responded there. But as far as the debate is concerned, it was quite spirited. I had fun debating Vegan Gains as always. You're gonna have to go to Vegan Gains' channel in order to see the debate itself because that is his content, and I jumped on the Zoom meeting with him in order to conduct the debate. That's going to be the same, and some people were asking me about the first debate. That's also Vegan Gains' property as well. And When it comes to that, material, Richard is gonna have to put that back up because I never saved any of the material, and not only that, it's basically his intellectual property itself. There, he has every right to make revenue on not only our debate, but also any other videos that he's made with us debating as well. There, so guys, if you want to go and see the debate, what he has posted, just go to Vegan Gains' channel for that. But ultimately, I really enjoyed the debate there. And we got some points out. We finally, had the opportunity to debate. It wasn't a complete debate because, like I said, the kilo was hitting me a little bit because I had just finished watching the game, was having a good time. But even whether I'm drinking or not, I'm still going to be pretty sharp tongued when it comes to any debates whatsoever there. So. But you guys wanted to know my opinion as far as the debate, and now you have it there. So I'm going to go ahead and continue with my work. And by the way, this is not a jacket, this is a blanket. I like wearing a blanket in the wintertime because this part of the house is kind of cool. And, I don't want to waste electricity by just simply turning on the heat just to heat one room up there. But other than that, like and subscribe to the Vince Goodrum channel. Click the link below. Also visit vincegoodrum.com. Like I said, I finally got that approved. I'm still working on that, but there's a lot of great content that I've actually put up there. But other than that, you guys have a nice day. That's all for now. Peace and soul.